It's time for Foxxhole Roulette, right here on the Foxxhole, Sirius 106 XM 149. Who's on the air this week? Brandi McGee.
What's up, everybody? This is Brandi McGee, and this is this week's edition of the Foxxhole Roulette. I am Brandi McGee, and this week, I'm holding the gun. We got a very special topic. We got some great guests coming up for you on the Foxxhole Roulette. And this week, we're going to be discussing what is a lady. Have we lost what it means to be a lady in this world society? If you want to call us, if you want to listen in, give us your comments. Listen into the Foxxhole Roulette this week. I'm Brandi McGee. We'll be right back. What's up, Foxxhole listeners? It's Brandi McGee, and this week I am hosting this edition of the Foxxhole Roulette. And now, as everybody knows out there, I am a Southern belle, Southern lady, and I like to hang with the guys. And recently in my life, I've been having a lot of discussions with all of my male friends because of the way that we are portrayed in media today, in our world today. And a lot of my guy friends have been telling me that they don't see ladies anymore. So I had to ask them, what is a lady? Now, in my opinion, we in America right now, especially as young black women, have the absolute best, ultimate role model of a lady in the White House right now. We've got Michelle Obama, who is the absolute pinnacle representation of femininity and womanhood. But what about the rest of us? Are we failing ourselves? Have we fallen short of what we should be? Has our society pushed us to be so tough and hard and aggressive that we no longer know how to be a lady anymore? I've got some guests coming in, sitting in with me today, and we will all be chiming in on this one. If you want to call in and hear and participate in our conversation, please give us a call at 877-2-106-106. The number to call at the Foxhole. Right now, I'm going to go straight to our guest. Sitting on the panel with me today, I have my friends with me. Starting right here to my left, I have Bennie Richburg Jr. Now, Bennie Richburg Jr. is a 20-year veteran in the film and TV industry. He's been a writer, producer, and executive producer for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Jamie Foxx Show, Martin, Cuts, One-on-One, all of the shows that you watched when you were a kid, as a black girl, black kid, I'm sorry. He's on the panel with us today. Give us a big hello, Bennie Richburg, please. Hello? Hey, what's up, Bennie?
I was clapping for myself. You made me sound so sexy. Hello.
Now, Bennie's on the panel. Bennie's on the panel today because he said he's seen everything in his life except for a real lady. So we're going to talk about that.
What was it for?
Hold on to it. Right. Hold on to it. Okay. Also on the panel, we've got one of my real close, true girlfriends. She knows what it means to be a lady. Actually, you know what? I'm going to come back to her because I got to bring the ladies out last but not least. Also on the panel with me today, I have a very good dear friend of mine. He's an actor, performer, and I think he's a ladies' man, from what I can tell.
Oh,
it's Cisco Reyes. He's an actor, and he played Jesus in Next Day Air. You can catch that on Showtime this month. Jesus from Next Day Air. What's up, Cisco?
What's up?
All right.
What up, Cisco?
He's throwing the ladies' man voice in on there on you.
Boo, 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 boo.
And, of course, I could not have this panel up here by myself without having another strong female voice with me. So I'm going to introduce my girl. She's a comedian. She's strong. She's powerful. She's got the Latina flavor mixed in with a little black girlness, I suppose. I got my girl, Aida Rodriguez.
What's up, Mama? How are you?
I am feeling great, and you look like a very beautiful lady today.
So
She sure does.
Oh, well, thank you
Silky
so much.
hair.
What a great room.
That's real hair.
Good
right there.
energy
Silky.
in the room.
That's
today.
a lady's hair.
Absolutely. No, I think that this is the best room to have a discussion such as this one. So everybody knows what we're going in on today. What is a lady? Now, before we get started, I'm going to give you the definition by dictionary of what a lady is. Now, a lady, by the dictionary's definition, the Encarta World English Dictionary, is a polite and dignified woman. A woman who behaves very politely and with dignity. Now, with Cat Stacks, Superhead, and all the video girls, I don't know. I feel like people are feeling that we don't really have that many ladies in the world today. So I want my friends to help me find out what is a lady and what is the new definition of a lady. And I think Benny's got something to say. So we're going to go right.
We got to back up. We got to back up where this argument started.
Okay, tell us where.
Between myself and Brandi McGee. It was about a year ago.
Okay.
And, you know, we were talking about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. And I was like, hey, you know, Brandi was like, I just love Michelle Obama, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, we all love Michelle Obama. But I said, she's such a lady. I said, you don't see that this often. I mean, you don't see ladies. Everyone wants to be a lady, but I don't think, and I was just trying to, you know, make Brandi mad. I said, I don't think women even know what a lady is anymore.
Did you say you were just trying to make me mad?
No, I was trying to make you mad. But I said, the argument said, I don't think these young girls even know what being a lady is. So we were arguing. I said, now, would Michelle Obama, ultimate lady, but you wouldn't have, suppose someone came out and said, I have a sex tape of Michelle Obama. Like, and I was telling Brandi, I was like, ladies just don't do sex tapes. They don't, I think there's gotta be some sort of, I think a lady is taught from a young child. There's certain things that you're supposed to do, and that's just my opinion.
I disagree too,
and it's just
so
my opinion.
That's how it started. By the way, we're not suggesting at all that Michelle Obama has a sex tape, but in his opinion, he was saying that okay, so because you know we have all the girls right now. I mean, every young girl that's trying to get put on. You had the Montana Fishburne, your Kim Kardashians. It's like okay, if I do a sex tape, then I can get popular because that'll immediately catapult me into the spotlight. And he's like, well, what if it was somebody who is a lady, like our first lady? What if it showed up that she had a sex tape? And I said, well, okay, I don't think she has one, but that does not determine whether you are.
No, Brandi, you were talking about all these random rules that no one heard about. You said, hey, a lady to you was a woman can do anything, but a lady knows not to kiss and tell what she does and keep it private. And I said, okay, I kind of agree with that. But at the same time, I think some ladies know growing up, there's certain things you don't do. Like if you're a lady, I think if you go to a Hollywood party or a party where there's a bunch of bachelors, most men know that the ladies usually leave by 2:00 at a respectable hour.
Yeah,
and they know around 3:00.
They close at 2:00.
I know. At 3:00, any woman there that's at your house and there's nothing but a bunch of bachelors around after 2:47, 3:00, they're not the ladies anymore. And we know that though. As guys, we know that. We're like, hey, you know, the hose is,
exactly.
The ladies left, the hose is here now.
And that's an extreme example.
And the women we know.
And before we keep going, and if you want to give us a call, please give us a call.
This is what they got.
877-210-610 if you want to call in on this subject. I'm going to go around the room right now, and I want everybody to give me one example of what a lady is and what a lady is not. Cisco. This is the ladies' man himself.
I don't know. I just come from a big family. I'm the last of 7. My parents are really old, but no, they're real old school. And I just always remember that if you have a lady over and they're offered alcohol from your mother or father, they're supposed to turn it down. They're
really?
Like, you're not supposed to be sitting there and getting ripped with the family their first time out. Damn. Unless, I guess you're from North Carolina.
Shut up. Okay.
Is your mom getting ripped?
Yeah, my mom never gets ripped. Well, she never admits it, though.
Well, what if the mom that we're sitting with is already ripped? I mean, does that like change the lady rules?
Mm-hmm. I mean, things could happen. You never know. You know, she might turn into her alter ego, and next thing you know, instead of Jessica, you got Jezebel. I mean, who knows?
Jezebel.
Okay, so Cisco says that a lady does not drink with her parents. She politely declines. Okay, what would be, so that is a lady. Give me another example.
An example of what wouldn't be a lady is if she showed up to the crib and said, Mrs. Reyes, here, I got some 4 Loko for you.
Right.
Okay, anybody that drinks 4 Loko is neither lady nor gentleman.
I brought some 4 Loko.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right, Aida.
Well, I think Cisco and I probably are cut from the same cloth. My family's Puerto Rican, and the rules for ladyhood are, first of all, I just want to say that I went to charm school, and what a lady is, versus a dignified woman are two different things. A lady can have a sex tape so long as nobody knows about it. It's just the way you carry yourself and how you behave. Princess Di was the ultimate lady, but when she died in a tunnel with a dude she was banging. So I don't know if it's about being dignified. You know, it's just the truth. But in my family, a woman that shoots pool is not a lady.
Ooh, really?
Or drinks beer from a bottle. And my grandmother would say, I would ask my grandmother, why is it a woman that shoot pool, you know, not a lady? She's like, well, where do you shoot pool? And I'm like, at a bar. And she's like, and who hangs out at bars?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, hoochies. The hoochies hang out in the bars, not ladies.
That's really interesting that you would say that, because my mom, who rarely drinks beer, but whenever she does, she drinks it with a straw.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay. That's Michelle Obama there. She's Michelle Obama.
She could be. Hey, watch your mouth now. Actually, we have a caller that's on the line that wants to chime in with us. We're going to go to the caller. We got Steve from California. What's up, Steve?
What's good, people? What's good?
What's up, Steve? What's up, Steve? You understand, Steve? Do you understand the fella's pain?
Oh, for sure, man. Listen, first of all, I want to commend Brandi for having a show, because we hear a plethora of criticism about men, but we never hear the other side of the coin. And my philosophy is, if you want to heal the wound, you can't put a Band-Aid on half of it. So we need to talk about, you know, I think black people, period, need therapy, number one, to put that out there. But,
well, Twitter's that. Twitter's the therapy these days.
Exactly. And when you start talking about women's faults, the first 5 seconds, within the first 5 seconds of 5 phone calls, you're going to have a woman call in and say, but we do this because men, and they flip it back on us. And if I'm talking about football, I'm not going to bring up Michael Jordan. The question, the subject matter is the women. So I hope we can stay on topic, because this is just constructive criticism, as we call it. I think that there's 3 levels. There's a female, there's woman, and then there's lady. Okay? And I think that a lady can do it all, but because of her self-worth, her self-respect, she ain't going to let everybody know her business. A woman is grown enough to do what she does and accept the consequences of her actions. Females do everything and then expect the Barbie syndrome. Everybody's going to protect me. I'm going to go back to chivalry when I get my ass in trouble. So it ain't got nothing to do with a man, because you put yourself in a video, you are so-called misrepresenting yourself, not the rappers that hire you. Nobody put a gun to your head. Or if you go to a man's room at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know what the jump off was. You can't say rape because he didn't walk you down the stairs like a gentleman, and he was a dog and had fleas on him jumping off when you met him. You can't continue to not take responsibility for your actions.
Wow. So Steve,
that's Steve. Responsibility.
So what you're saying, Steve, is that a lady is ultimately very responsible for her actions. She does what she does, but she's, number one, discreet about it, and she takes responsibility for everything that she does. Is that what you're saying to me, Steve?
Right. Self-responsible, and just dignified, and keeps her business on the low. You can do anything. It's like, well, woman, even go down to the Bible. The Bible says marriage is sacred, right? But that don't mean you're supposed to have uneventful sex. That means it's between both of you, you and your man, me and my lady, etc. So
what you're saying is you can make a sex tape, but you can't show it to everybody. Is that what you're saying?
It better be between you and your husband.
And y'all better burn it.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be able to burn it and rent it on video. You know what I'm saying?
well, I'm glad, Steve, you said this is Benny. I'm glad you said something, Steve, because this topic started. I was telling Brandi in our argument in the middle of the street. I said most women these days don't know the definition of a lady. So I didn't want, and I told her, I said, I don't want to be a man to define a lady, but I was trying to say honestly, as men, and we all do this. We know when a woman walks in the door, we are already putting her in one. We're already putting her in a category. She might look like a lady. We think she's a lady. Like there's certain women that we hope she's a lady, but there's certain women that guys, when we approach, we don't approach with the hey, you know, what's up, ma? You know, you don't say that. You come respectfully.
All right.
And I can
exactly. So thanks a lot for your call, Steve. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we're going to continue this discussion about what is a lady. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the call. Give us a call, 877-210-6106. This is the Foxxhole Roulette with Brandi McGee. What's up, Foxxhole listeners? It's Brandi McGee, and this is Foxxhole Roulette this week. And this week we're talking about how to be a lady. And what does it mean to be a lady this day and age? It seems like the young girls are confused, and my panel of guests want to chime in on that. And so do you. If you want to give us a call, please call us at 877-210-6106. Now, I was just talking with my panelists. Aida Rodriguez, Bennie Richburg, and Cisco Reyes, and we were talking about what's a lady and what's not a lady. Now, I have a list of people that are in the public eye, and there may be some debate about that. Like, for instance, if I throw the name out, Michelle Obama, you guys.
That's lady.
That's a lady.
That's lady. That's queen.
That's lady.
The epitome of lady.
She was a lady while they were running
And
for
the
office.
antithesis of that is Nicki Minaj.
Wow. So basically, if you look up opposites in the dictionary, you have Michelle Obama on one side and Nicki Minaj on the other side, according to Aida Rodriguez. I can't say it. You know what? I'm just gonna go with the English version. Aida Rodriguez.
That's fine. We good.
All right, cool.
Well,
so.
Who's just stank? I mean, I
Who's
think,
just stank?
Nicki Minaj is not really stank yet. She's not stank.
She's become famous for talking about her sexual exploits with men.
She said her.
Well, I mean, Little Kim's
I
little
just want to
stank.
quote one Nicki
Doesn't she like
Minaj
chicks?
statement right now. My rhyme's so tight like a dick in the butt.
Yes,
And I think I just lost all of my
Rhyme
ladyhood
so-
just by saying that right now.
See that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just fucked me up. Oops, I'm sorry. It just messed me up all of. I'm no longer a lady now just because
That's a
repeated
broad.
that.
She's a broad, you know.
She's
That's a
an
broad and a
animaniac,
dame. Yeah.
is what she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Rihanna?
I don't think Rihanna is ladyhood to me.
Cisco?
No, these chicks are too young to be ladies, man. They don't even know what a lady is.
It's a culture that's been lost. Like, when I think of ladies, I can only think of older women. Like,
Sade.
I look at these girls at the club, and let's not just focus on the celebrities, because we need to tell these young girls. I have a daughter, and I always tell my daughter, if I ever catch you out in public in pajamas, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Right.
If I ever see you leaving a club with no shoes on, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, I'm gonna whoop your ass list, because that is not ladylike.
Being carried out of a
my
club
God.
all drunk.
Yeah,
That's not
that is
ladylike.
not ladylike.
But how does a
I
woman?
apologize.
I think how is she taught to be a lady? It's either your mom has
Yep.
to be a lady, and I think sororities. I know these black sororities. The whole thing is teaching you womanhood
Join the
and being a
Eastern
lady.
Stars, do something.
You know, and I think if you don't have, I think if a young girl, if she doesn't have that support system, that education system to teach her what a lady is going to be,
Yeah, they don't
I
have
think
the
you looking at videos, you want to be Kim Kardashian, you want to drop a skin tape,
well, speaking of
porn.
Kim Kardashian, what about Kim Kardashian? Is she a lady?
She's a dame.
She's a dame.
She's a chick. You know what?
Yeah.
She's
I
a
like that. She's a chick.
downright hoe.
Yeah.
Like, she's famous for pleasuring Ray J, who looks like a herpes dispenser.
Damn.
Ida Rodriguez said that. Foxxhole is not
He got
responsible
herpes
for that.
pass?
That's Ida Rodriguez. But what I'm saying is, like, it is amazing to me the way the black women or the women of color are condemned, and you hear the superhead getting bashed, and you hear Cat Stacks. Well, Cat Stacks is a Latin woman because she's from Venezuela.
She's a mess. Though.
She's from Venezuela.
Right.
And which means the boat stopped a little early. But what I'm saying is, it's just Kim Kardashian is revered now because she's turned her sexuality into an empire,
Right.
Or her sexual exploits, and I really have a problem with that. I think, and you chicks on Twitter always telling your business, that's not ladylike.
Yeah,
So
that's not ladylike. Yeah. But see, men, we're only going to take a lady home to meet mom.
That's right.
No doubt.
And so what is that image that we see, and what is that image that some women think they should be, but they're not portraying that image?
Right. If you're on Twitter, hit me up. Let me know how you're feeling. If you are blasting your business every week on Twitter, hit me up. It's twitter.com/Brandi McGee. Let us know what you think about it. Right now, we're going to go to the phone lines. We've got AJ from Washington. Excuse me. AJ, what do you think about this?
What's up,
subject?
AJ?
What's going on, everybody?
We're having a good time. How are you?
I'm good. Now, I would disagree with Miss Rodriguez over there. She said that Kim Kardashian is a hoe. I don't think she's exactly a hoe. I just think she's sexually liberated because every dude who's a man wants a lady, but also when that door is closed, she a freak. And we all saw the video, she a freak. So that doesn't necessarily give her the title of hoe-ness. Now, Cat Stacks is a hoe, tried and true. There's nothing to debate about that.
What's the difference?
Well, no. Here's the difference.
That's a good question. Let AJ answer the difference.
Okay.
The difference between Cat Stacks and Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Soulja Boy,
Number
Ray
one,
J.
who hasn't
same
Cat
thing.
Stacks slept with that we do not know about?
Who has Kim Kardashian slept with that we do not know?
Well, no.
Gabriel
Hold on, I'm not
Gabriel
done,
Aubrey
though.
right now.
but the difference is those are her dudes. Cat Stacks will bone any
That is
rapper.
no.
Hold on.
He makes a point. No, he makes a point.
And put it on Twitter and put it on YouTube. That's the difference. These are Kim Kardashian's dudes.
I disagree. I don't think those are her dudes. I think celebrity guys play the same games. Celebrity guys play the same games that regular guys play. They're dudes.
Well,
really?
she was lady enough to say that she's dating this person now. So in a courting situation, now here's one argument for Kim Kardashian. That sex tape came out. That sex tape came out against her wishes. That was Ray J leaking it. So I don't think.
Well, hold on. Do you really believe that was against her wishes?
Yo, she was putting on makeup for her close-up.
No,
son.
she didn't know he
they
was
were interviewed. They were setting up the room. They were setting the lighting. She was checking her blush and rouge.
Okay, hold on. You guys just listen.
She wanted to be in high def, but she didn't know it was going to be.
She gave her best angle for that head. Come on, that's you.
Okay.
Now I do believe that a woman can make a video at home with her lover for their own sexual pleasure and still be considered a lady. And if you know, God forbid, that tape gets out, that is a very, very unfortunate thing for that lady. However, I'm going to go ahead and chime in on my own personal opinion on this, seeing the way that Kris Jenner runs that family. I don't know that was just totally innocent. Like, oopsie.
Yo, mom's is a freak.
Tape. You know what I'm saying?
Miss Kardashian is a freak.
She told her daughter, what did she tell her daughter to persuade Lamar? You know, go in the bedroom, put on your lingerie. You know what to do.
Exactly.
Right. But
she told him, look, put the roses on the bed. You'll get the house that you want.
That's mom lady dropping game. I mean, she's dropping game to her daughters on how to proceed without with getting great guys. Listen, Kim Kardashian had her pick of some really prominent black dudes in the athletic and sports world.
Like the rest
of a rookie.
So I mean,
he was a Heisman winner.
Yeah. And Chloe got my man.
Come on, if they didn't have those fatties, they wouldn't be anybody. Come on, nobody even care.
Fatties.
I mean,
right.
Cisco said if it wasn't for the fatties, they would be nowhere. We're going to go back to the
just
phone
some
lines.
Armenian chicks. You know what I mean?
Gail from New York. Gail is a female. I'd love to hear what you got to say about this, Gail. What's going on?
Hi, Gail.
Hi.
Hello, Gail. Gail sounds like a lady.
I was just going to say that, Gail.
Hello, Gail.
Hi. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm very much a lady. And, I think a lady commands certain respect. I think a lady, when my parents, God rest my, I just recently lost my dad, but, my father raised us. Let me tell you, when we were little, I'm from the old school. When we were small, my father had us walk with books on our head because he said a lady should always hold her head up high and walk with a strut. And, I'm not challenging. I have daughters, and I don't challenge the fact that Kim Kardashian and all these individuals, they're doing their thing. But you know what I tell my daughters? That's their job. Their job. And when they leave their job, you still need to carry yourself like a lady. It's nothing wrong with looking nice, smelling nice, and all of that good stuff. But you know what? The bottom line is you have to carry yourself like a lady because you don't, the other caller said something about the bedroom. What you do behind closed doors, sweetie, is your business. Hello. But the bottom line is in public, you have to because we have to have a world of business. My dad raised all three daughters very well. We all went to graduate school, Ivy League school, and we're doing our things. And we didn't come from a silver spoon in our mouth. We Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. But you know what? We're ladies, and we commanded respect. And when I went out to parties, I did my thing, too. Don't get me wrong. But I commanded respect when I walked in that room.
Right.
Thanks,
and that's
wow,
important.
Thanks a lot, Gail, for the call. That's she makes a very good point. And also another one that I want to point out that she said is that she made the point of saying that Kim Kardashian is doing a job.
Sure.
But with it being reality TV, and which is really important because I wanted to kind of segue into this later about the media images of women.
It's your life, though.
Right, but with reality TV, you're selling your life. So at this point in the game, I think that the young women that are coming up, they don't know how to separate. It's not like it's acting and you're playing a role. You know what I mean? It's like the separation between who you really are and who you are for the cameras is getting thinner and thinner. And we're, how does a young woman, how do you teach? I think, Benny, I know that you have a young daughter, and so do you, Aida. How do you teach your daughter, the difference between?
Well, I a la carte it. Every time, like, for example, when I was talking to my daughter a few weeks ago, we're talking about, I told her and her girlfriends had her little cell phones, and I said, I was talking to her and her girlfriends, they're in 9th grade. I said, now you ladies know never to send any photos of yourself through your, take pictures on, with your camera of nudity, because that stuff's on in the internet forever. So I looked at all the little girls. I said, you guys understand it? And they knew. They said, okay, Mr. Richburg, we're not going to do that. I said, because some dude will take that boob shot that you sent him and go all the way out.
Right, and also there's a thing
and it's illegal.
Exactly,
and it's illegal.
It's technically illegal for you, for all of you people. You should not be listening, but if you are sneaking and listening right now, if you're under 18 and you're sending photos back and forth to each other of yourselves, it is illegal. It is considered child pornography. And there was actually a senator, a representative in Texas that was trying to get those laws repealed, because right now, if a 15-year-old sends a sexting message to another 15-year-old, they can be convicted under child pornography laws and face 20 years in prison. Right. For that. And
sure.
So it's not, besides your reputation, it's also your life at this point based on the laws that are already in existence.
And you can end up on Ted Hansen, Dateline NBC. Right. So, you don't want to become a star that way. I tell people, people want to be famous, entertainment business. Oh, I want to be famous. But you can be famous for being that loser on YouTube. Peeing in your pants or something like that. Right. You know what I mean? You could be famous for numerous reasons, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, it's like women have the pressure to have sex with a guy real fast and all that stuff. When you meet a guy, we are always going to press you to have sex real fast.
Now, why is that?
We know because we just want because we want the ass. We want to go ahead and hit as much, but
just want to get it out the way.
But when
Steve
you tell
Harvey
us no,
said.
but listen. But when you tell us no, we may get mad. But we go, she's like a little lady. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So then,
we're gonna wait
so
more.
the respect still goes up.
Right, exactly. And we're going to go straight to the phone lines following that. We've got Alicia from Texas. What do you want to say about it, Alicia?
Hey, Alicia.
I just wanted to touch back on what he said. The respect does not go up. I'll say no to a guy, or I'll say, you know how a guy comes up and he'll say, hey, so, what's up? What's good? And you don't respond, well, F you then, you little bitch and this, and guys do not respect you when you say no.
That's just that guy. That guy you gotta let go.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't give him the time of day. Right. But I also was kind of irritated with you guys over the whole Kim Kardashian thing. Mm-hmm. Why is she not a hoe?
No. Well, here's the thing. It's not that she's not a hoe. What we were saying is because she's maintained, even under hoe circumstances, she took the lady high road and maintained some dignity with the way she pursued her hoedom.
I
don't think she's being honest with her hoedom.
I'm sorry. Exactly. I feel like she's a hoe. I feel like she's just making money. If I were out there, if you guys found me on the internet somewhere and I was doing what she was doing, and then I went around and found her, I would be labeled a gold digger, first of all, because she went from Ray J, and I think she was messing around with Kanye or something while she was with Reggie Bush. She went from him to Miles Austin. It's just,
allegedly.
I can make, either way.
The fact that we even know who her dudes are is pretty whack.
Well, she
that's not ladylike.
And you guys were saying just because they had the quote-unquote title, she's not a hoe.
I agree with you.
I don't feel like that. I don't feel like she's not a hoe just because, she has a title. A guy can, I'll be your boyfriend so they can smash. That's how guys do.
She's strategic.
Right, yes. I definitely see your point where you're going with that. Thanks a lot for the call. It's like, does it, because of the way, it's not, she's saying, what she wants to say is, I think, is that it's not that she's not a hoe, it's just that she flipped her hoedom into a place that worked for her.
But she is, because if you say, okay, Angela Bassett is famous, where did this start? You go back to that little role and what's love got to do with it.
Right.
When you go back to Kim Kardashian, it's that little role in that sex tape. It's so different. It's like, where does the reverence come from?
Hilarious.
Well, then if a lady continually date and actually date guys? Look at J-Lo.
Right.
She got married.
Yeah, exactly. So okay. So the question that we have now is, first of all, can you take your hoedom and flip it and later become a lady? And does that follow you for the rest of your life? We're going to take a quick break right now. And when we come back, please give us a call. Let us know what you think about it. 877-2-106-106. Can you start out as a hoe and flip that into ladydom with a little love and experience? Give us a call.
You got 2 strikes on it.
Or just get flipped.
Yo, guys, we're back. We are here at the Foxxhole Roulette. It's Brandi McGee, and I have been hosting tonight. And we are talking about what is a lady, and have we lost our minds, young ladies? I mean, is it over for us? Is hoedom the place to be nowadays? Because it's almost in a way, it almost feels like to me that if you were raised with good morals, if you were raised to hold yourself in a certain way in the public, it's not acceptable. It's whack. You're corny.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So is that the way to be nowadays? And we were going in on, we started talking about the Kardashian family and the fact that some people think that is straight up hoeing, but other people say, hey, it's not really hoeing. It's lucrative.
Well, it's lucrative. It's a business.
They
but
made money off of it.
She handled it like a lady. I feel she handled some of her, which makes her a broad.
And how many chances do you get? Give us a call at 877-2-106-106. Let us know what you think about this. If you have some hoochie tendencies, can you recover? And how long do you have before the jig is up?
Every man wants a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
Well, we know the freaks. Here's my thing: the freak in the sheets, thing is easy. Every woman's going to be a little freaky in the sheets.
It's the lady in the street that's the problem.
It's the lady in the streets that's the problem.
It used to be the other way around.
Yeah.
Now it's flipped. Now it's like, is this chick gonna contain herself, or she gonna pop her titty out on Twitter?
Yeah.
And I need to know this because my daughter follows her.
Exactly.
It's a whole different, but I think you can be a hoe and come back. All you gotta do is come back with a British accent like Tina Turner and Madonna. Madonna did it. Madonna came back with a British accent.
So, darling, we're going to go to the next caller. We've got Tamara from Texas.
Ooh, you're such a lady.
You're such a lady, Brandi.
Tamara, what's going on?
Hello, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, what's up, Tamara?
She sounds like a lady.
Yes, she does.
I can't hear you.
I said you sound like a lady.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I am.
Lady, stand up. What you got?
Now, I was listening to you guys about the Kardashians and everybody. Those types of females are doing that for publicity. Now, when you come to the real women that are out everyday life, there are still women left. I mean, I'm a lady. I do things that, but between me and my boyfriend. But, of course, when we go out in public, nobody would ever know or could pinpoint me and be like, well, that girl right there is probably this, you, that. Because I carry myself in a way that, like I was raised.
Right.
I was raised to be be quiet, not be outspoken, and just carry yourself away to nobody would know what kind of female you are.
So you're saying a lady knows when to shut her mouth.
A lady knows when to be quiet. I mean,
it's part of the discretion thing, I think.
Yeah, it's about respect. A lady knows when it's time to speak out and when it's time to be quiet. If you're with your guy and you're somewhere and it's a situation going on, I'm going to let him handle it. I'm not going to out-talk him because I'm a lady. He's a man, so I'm going to let him handle the situation.
Yeah, it's all how you react to the situation.
It's how you react.
Separates
you just carry yourself in a way that you're supposed to, and you're going to get that respect. If I come into the club and I'm already, got the hoochie outfit on, popping my lips or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're going to already come at me that way. And if I entertain a man coming at me that way, then how can I get upset if he comes at me and disrespects me? Because I'm already carrying myself in a way that he will look at me and think, oh, yeah, I can hit that.
Right.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Thank you so much for the call, Tamara. That's a very good point. And actually, what I wanted to say from that, and this is a good question for you guys on the panel, because sometimes it seems like the guys go for the hoochies.
Well, that's the hit. That's the quick hit. You're supposed to go for that right now. But for us, though, we'll go for the hoochie and weed out who's a hoochie and who's a lady. Because when we're talking about the next level of a relationship, like let's say marriage, right? Marriage is, we say everybody gets married or some people get married, whatever. But traditionally, when a guy chooses a woman, you take that woman home to mama. And if you have a mother, you have some aunts, and you have some sisters, they're going to get together and will figure out if that girl that you brought home is a lady or not, because they're not going to let this woman represent their name and take it out on some old crazy bullshit. You know, so it's like I was trying to tell Brandi, I was like, yo, men, like, that's what they do. They go, if I'm going to introduce you to mama, you sitting there thinking, I hope because they're older women, know what that lady, what to look for in a woman. Is this woman responsible? If she's going to be a good mother? Is she going to be a good wife and all that stuff?
I think a lady you can leave alone with your mom and your aunt and your sister. You be like, baby, I'll be right back and run to the store. You know what I mean? You come back and you're like, oh, she's so nice. She done help us cooking. She been cleaning. You know, the not lady, you know what I mean? You come back and she be like, where have you been? It took you so long. Yo, you need to get this girl out of here before the devil himself show up.
Silverware. There it is. So Cisco, according to Cisco Reyes, you got to babysit the hoochies.
You ain't leaving no.
Because they don't know what to do. They get nervous. They just start losing and breaking down around other ladies.
Next thing you know, they're popping it in the living room floor.
No.
I love it.
They don't know what I just feel like they don't know what ladies are nowadays. They hear lady, even if you say, "Hey, young lady," they be like, "Ew, lady, you make me sound so old." They don't even want to be a lady.
You know what's
They'd
funny?
rather be abroad.
You're right. You're totally right. And it's what is actually bizarre to me. We went. I was with the Foxxhole team this weekend, and we were back in North and South Carolina. And as everybody probably knows that listens to Foxxhole, I'm from North Carolina. So when I grew up, you didn't even answer a question with a yes or a no, because you would get popped in the mouth. It was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. But I've been in LA for quite some time, and it's a totally different thing. And I was at home this weekend, and everything that I did, it was like, yes, ma'am. And it was almost jarring to me to hear that. And this is where I come from. This is how I was raised. Like, I was programmed that way. And even I, in a certain way, have been deprogrammed. It was like, oh my God, you're calling me ma'am. What does that mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even.
Holding the door for you. Oh, you're like, are you insulted?
Hold the door for me?
I hold my own door.
You weren't sure if you were being insulted or not.
Go ahead. We should take some responsibility, because it goes deeper than just your sexual behavior. Being able to take a woman to a restaurant and her know the difference between a salad fork and a dinner fork. True. You know, popping gum at church. True. Or, you know, like, I know I sound real like, but I have a daughter and I'm trying to raise a lady. Sure. And it's a battle, because what she is surrounded by, which is acceptable, like dragging your feet. Like, I have a really big issue with young women that walk around in these flip-flops dragging their feet. Right. That's how you feel about yourself. And the way you what you project is how these brothers come up to you, and that's why they say, "What's good, Ma?"
Exactly.
Exactly. You're giving off that "what's good" energy. You know what I mean?
You are totally right. And with that, we are going to go to the phones. We've got Rude from Michigan. What's up, Rude?
What's going on with you?
What's up, Rude?
Chime in, Rude.
What's happening? I just want to say, everybody talking about ain't no good women out here, man. I think that's a lie. I think these people out here just scared of them, man, and they not looking in the right places.
Now, Rude, so I totally agree with you, too, because when this conversation comes up, I'm like, it's not that there aren't any good women, because I believe that there are. You just got to know how to find them, because I think in the same time, the guys don't necessarily know how to identify a lady. They might think she's boring. So tell me, how do you find, Rude? How do you find a good woman
with a name like Rude?
Oh, that's just short for Rudy. You know what I'm saying?
It's Rudy.
Rudy. Right, Rudy.
Rudy.
I mean, if you want to find, you know the difference between a good woman and a woman that ain't about that. And it ain't, I mean, it's easy to weed them out.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, shit. I mean, if you're going to go to a club, you know what's up in the club. You're going to go hang out. You looking for chicks on the bus stop, you know what that's about.
Hey, there's a lot of good women on the bus stop.
Go to the library, because I don't think hoes read.
But I will say this: the librarians are the freakiest ones out there. So we're the smart ones.
But they're ladies because they keep it to themselves. Thanks a lot for the call, Rude.
Thanks,
we're gonna
Rudy.
go, thanks a lot. That was really, really. But yeah, librarians are actually kind of low key known to be kind of the low key freaks, but they don't talk about it.
No, they're reading the little freaky Zane novels all day.
No.
But you know what I do?
Glasses are sexy.
You know how I can tell a lady is like, you know, everybody says, okay, you open a door for a lady, but we do this thing called the Bronx Tale test. I don't know if you saw the movie back in the day.
Yes, the door.
When you go there and you let a lady in her door, close her door.
Right.
You walk around the back. Now she reaches over to that driver's side and opens that door for you or unlocks it. that's a woman who's just not thinking about herself.
Right.
Like, hurry up, when you gonna snap this car and pull off? Like, damn, yo, for real.
Unfortunately, we have moved into the new millennium, and most cars now have the automatic locks. So
but you know what?
Are we gonna figure that out now?
No. But some of them actually open your door, and it blows my mind.
Right.
Especially in cold weather, like you don't even want them to. Yeah, I do that.
But I think what homeboy said, dudes being afraid. Lots of guys are afraid of keepers because that's what a lady is. A lady's a keeper. Yeah. And I know when I'm not ready to keep you, I'm just not gonna even pursue you. Right. Because I don't want to have to go through that whole, breaking your heart or whatever it's called. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah. Well, it's like it's I think the new version of that, the open and lock, that was, what movie was that from?
It was from A Bronx Tale.
I'm going to tell you a story, real quick, 30-second story. I remember, this is like early 90s. I'm driving down PCH Highway here in L.A., and I had a nickel bag with me, right? I had a nickel bag of weed. We driving down.
Modern day.
Listen, and a cop was behind me. And I told the chick that I was with, I was like, hey, I need you to hold this for me, right? Has nothing to do with this. I'm going to bring it all back. And she's like, nah, nigga, that's your weed. And I was like, listen, the cop ain't going, and listen, the cop, he's going to check me. And if he's going to check you, I'm going to claim it's mine anyway. But I just need you, while we down here. I don't want to take this. This is the first little Benz I've just bought, right? So she didn't do it. We had an argument. I let it go. Now I'm going to go 15 years later. I was like, a few years ago, I was driving down Beverly Hills. I left a restaurant. My lights is off. Cop pulled me over, and I'm sitting there. I got this chick with me, a young girl, right? And I was sitting there, and the cop pulled me over, and she reminded me, she said, Benny, you just picked up some weed. And it was medicinal weed because my knees was hurting. So she said,
you got glaucoma.
My glaucoma was hitting me. So she said, Benny, she said, you just bought some weed. I said, oh, I forgot I bought some weed before I went out, right? She grabbed the weed in the backseat and stuffed it in her panties for me, right? Yo.
She's
such a
fucking lady.
I was going to say, so thank you very much. So according to Benny Richburg,
I had a tear in my eye because for once in my life, I had a woman who just wanted to look out for me, didn't want me to get popped that night.
That's a ride or die.
That's a ride or die. I had a little tear in my eye. I was like, damn.
I need a gangster.
She's all right.
She was a gangsta boo lady. Hilarious.
It's a gangsta boogie right there.
Now, that might not be a lady. It might be a broad dame.
Yeah, that's
ride or die chick.
Definitely a dame, yo. You know what I mean?
I think that there can be a little bit of crossing in between a ride or die and a lady. So maybe, hopefully, that young lady was that for you.
You should do a blog. You should do a blog and call it "What Would Michelle Obama Do?" Just like what would Michelle do? Just and get the little wristbands.
Oh, that would be great. You guys, before we get out of here, we're going to take our last caller. We've got Nikki from Georgia. Nikki, what do you got to say about it?
Oh, wow. Okay, you guys covered a lot. Okay. I big ups to the guy that called rude. I love him. Okay, it's a bunch of good women still out here. I'm one of them. I think some guys are intimidated by, they'll see you and they'll assume, they'll size you up. Oh, yeah, I don't know, she could be a gold digger or she might be high maintenance, yada, yada, yada. But just approach and see. I mean, only if you're ready and serious, not if you're just trying to, But anyway, my thing was, I was talking about earlier how Elizabeth Taylor, I said that I just saw a program today about her, and I heard all this time growing up how many times she had been married. But when I see her, I think, oh yeah, this is a lady. But then when I look at her story, I'm like, oh my God, Liz was a hoe. It's like she married, sometimes she wasn't even done with the last dude before she almost went into the next one. And
then was overlapping.
One of the marriages, when her husband died, she hooked up with his best friend. And then his best friend was actually married at the time, and they all used to hang out together. And, hey, she was just like, oh, well, she saw what she wanted, and they hooked up, they got married. And then there was another guy, she met him on set, and she just kind of threw this guy to the curb. So, I don't know, whole lady, I don't know. I'm confused, too, with Liz. I don't know.
Right. Wow. No. And you never know. So, thanks a lot for the call.
Dorothy Dandridge. You know what I mean? Give me a nice Dorothy Dandridge.
And you guys, unfortunately,
who slept with Otto Preminger to get a movie role?
Sometimes
that was gangster.
Hey, if you're gonna sleep with somebody to get a movie role, it better be the one that's gonna get you the good movie role.
That's the problem, man. All ladies are
right.
I'm not saying that I would do that. I'm just saying. So, you guys, it has been an absolutely fun time hanging out with you guys, and unfortunately, we are nearing the end of the show already. The time just went by that fast. Exactly.
There's got to be a part 2 of this.
I just called some ladies up to
and we need a gentleman show. Where are the gentlemen?
Right. Well, so hopefully, next time Foxxhole Roulette comes around and I got the gun, we can go shooting at this subject one more time. But right now, we're going to wrap it up. But before we wrap it up,
say one more thing about lady? A good lady can teach a man how to treat her.
That's right.
Okay, so don't interrupt me no more. So before we go, love you. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you're right. You are exactly right, Benny Richburg. So before we go, I just want to give a thank you to my panelists here today, and I want to reintroduce them again and let us know what you're up to right now. Aida Rodriguez, what's going on?
I have a web series coming out next month, and my second season of Latino 101 on CTV airs December 17th. I will be live at the Hollywood Improv December 2nd, and if you email me from the Foxxhole, I will put you on the guest list. AidaRodriguezLive.com is where you find everything.
Thanks a lot. A real true lady, as far as I know.
Nice tall avatar. Cuban.
Benny Richburg.
Benny Richburg. I just finished the films myself, and Cisco Reyes here just finished writing a 3D comedy that we're really excited about.
Yes, sir.
That Cisco we both be producing. Cisco's going to be starring in, and I'm going to be directing. We have Brandon T. Jackson's one of my young guns coming up. So we setting up 2011 real nice right now.
All right.
I'm trying to bring that funny back because I feel like the comedy's been Lil Wayne the last few years.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get pulled back into this comedy thing and get this thing real cracking right now.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Benny Richburg and Cisco Reyes.
Yeah, we're definitely, like Benny said, we're bringing back the gut busters on this one. Y'all just have to keep your eyes out for the Richburg Reyes project. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And if you've got Showtime at home, check out Cisco Reyes this month in Next Day Air. It's showing.
Hey, Cisco stole a movie
on Cisco. This month he plays Jesus.
Yeah,
it's Jesus to you.
It's Jesus.
Jesus to the
Cisco. That was funny, man.
So you guys, before we go, I'd like to say thank you for sharing time with us today. I'd love to do it again next time. And for all of you ladies, women, females, broads, cheeks, chicas, and everything else, all I can say is that do you the best that you can do you, but please don't forget that you are representing yourself, and that really is important, whether it looks like it or not this day and age. And sometimes it is very important to be a lady. In the words of Aida Rodriguez, just ask yourself, what would Michelle Obama do?
Because we're watching. We're watching.
Thanks a lot, you guys. I hope to see you again. And catch me on the Foxxhole Wednesdays on the Foxxhole Comedy Corner and Fridays with the Jamie Foxx Show. You guys, it's been great.